In this video, we're gonna take a look at the Golden Eagle LED 3000 light, a pretty powerful light for fairly inexpensive. Let's get into it. Upon getting your Golden Eagle LED 3000, you're gonna find that's a pretty bare bones kit. You're gonna find the light itself, a power cord, and the remote. Again, they kind of focus on keeping the cost down and focusing on things like build quality, which this is made out of mostly metal construction on the body. There are some plastic bits along the control itself. That does mean this light is fairly chunky for what it is. It's relatively large, but it is designed to do so for two things. It is such a large light because they keep the power supply in the light unit itself, which I do like for studio stuff like this. Having one cord coming from the light to your outlet keeps things nice and neat. You're not dealing with an extra power supply or controller. Everything is really contained, which is great. And also, they need to make sure you can actually cool this thing because this thing gets really bright and it does generate quite a bit of heat. So let's get into the output test. I decided to directly compare the Golden Eagle to the Godox SL60W since most people are familiar with that light. So setting up that light 6 feet away, I measured for middle gray and I got an exposure reading of f6.3, which is not bad. And switching over to the Golden Eagle at 100% brightness, this gave me an exposure reading of f13, which is 4 times as bright or about 2 stops brighter than the Godox SL60W, which is pretty crazy. To get a better sense of how this terms in practical use, let's go outside and see how this fares outdoors. I have the LED light about 4 or 5 feet away from me with the softbox about arm's length away. So let me turn that on and see if we can tell any difference. All right, so I turned on 100% brightness. We have 1 layer diffusion. And as you can see, it's providing a nice, soft, even key light. Again, I am relatively close quarters, but you definitely can use this as a key light, which is just crazy. So now let's throw up a side-by-side comparison so you can tell without the light and with the light. In terms of operation of this light, it's pretty straightforward. We have the control unit on the back of the LED light itself, and also it comes with this little remote, which we can control some basic settings, brightness and power on and off. And that's all you need from a remote, so I do like this little thing. On the back of the unit itself, we have our on and off switch, and we have our percentage of brightness and our Kelvin, 5600 Kelvin. We can't adjust that, and that is our channel number right up top. So the lowest output it could do is 1%, and we can increase the brightness all the way up to 100%. You may have noticed that there is quite a bit of noise coming from the fans of this LED light, and I know that's a bummer because a lot of people, that's important for them, is to have a silent light for studio stuff like this. However, Golden Eagle smartly decided to remedy this by including a silent mode. So press on the back of the unit and we enter into silent mode. And this will lower the output a little bit. You can only get up to 60% of the brightness. So that's going to change your level of output you can get with this light. But of course, the benefit is it is nearly silent, which is amazing. To get a sense of what we're dealing with, I decided to do a quick fan noise test between the Golden Eagle 3000 and the Godox SL60. So let's listen to that. With the Golden Eagle at 100% output, we can definitely hear those fans kick on, and it's definitely not quiet by any means. Comparing it to the Godox SL60W, I would say that the Golden Eagle is slightly louder. Now let's throw the Golden Eagle into its silent mode. This is significantly better. We're not getting that whirring of the fan noise, but I do hear a tiny little coil whine maybe, but it's really nothing to be distracted by. Now, what are my overall thoughts on the Golden Eagle LED 3000? Well, obviously, first and foremost, this light is bright, and that's so refreshing to have in your lighting kit, because as filmmakers, we can never have too much light. But with that, there are some drawbacks. Number one would be the fan noise. For me, I don't really see the fan noise being too big of an issue for the way I want to use this light. in this studio space. Because I can control the lighting somewhat, I don't really need a ton of output anyway. So I don't really have a problem going down to the silent mode at a lesser output if it means I can have a nice, quiet video LED light. However, if I need to blast light through a window or be outdoors, I can crank this up to 100% brightness and it will work just fine, which is great. So you just really need to ask yourself how you plan on using these LED lights and if fan noise is going to be an issue or not for you. So that's going to wrap the review of the Golden Eagle LED 3000, a pretty powerful light for an inexpensive price. Be sure to stay tuned for more videos like these in the future. Other than that, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you next time.